Ferris, Nyan.
Oh, it's you. Ahika Rumiro.
Nya, who's that, Nya?
I could have sworn her real name was Akiha Rumiho. Well, tell me, could the D-mail have changed that too?
Ferris is Ferris, Nya. I don't have any other names, Nya.
Yeah, right. Your true name is Ferris. My apologies. Of course, she's just being her usual self. Well, what is it? If Ferris is calling me, it might be about the IBM 5100. She did promise to help us find one.
You've been too conspicuous, Nya. The cat's out of the bag, and now you're trapped, Nya.
Huh? More of Ferris's usual nonsense?
The 4 Guardian Kings have awakened, Nya. There's no escape, Nyan.
Huh. Is that so? If you think the 4 Guardian Kings can stop me, just wait and see. Akiba will be drowning in blood before nightfall.
After the 4 Guardian Kings are the 4 Guardian Queens, Nya. After that, it's 8 devils. And then the Black Angel 12, Nya.
That many? What's going on in this town?
You really stirred up a hornet's nest, Nya. I'm sorry, Kioma, but this is checkmate, Nyan.
No. It's not over yet. I can just acquire the item. I can turn the tide. Have you still not located an IBN 5100?
Sorry, Nya. I have agents looking all over the world, but still no luck, Nya.
What? So she has no progress to report? Please hurry. I'm running out of time.
Okay, Nya. I'll tell you as soon as I find one, Kioma. Until then, hold on to your 9 lives, Nyan.
Yeah. I can't die yet. El Sai Ka. She hung up before I could finish. Damn it. That's why I hate talking to Ferris. Anyway, moving on. This time around, my search for an IBN 5100 is going poorly. Actually, I suppose I should consider myself lucky for having found one so easily the first time. I mean, the IBN 5100 is practically an urban legend. There are people, like Mocha, who have spent months searching with no success. Last time, it barely took me 3 days to reach Yanabayashi Shrine, as almost as if something was guiding me there. It was fate. No. It was the choice of Steins Gate. That's why its loss is so painful. That's why they call it the Phantom PC. Daru was sitting at his computer, like always. I read on the channel that some collectors will pay millions of yen to buy one. Alright, I'm back. Parked behind my sister, but I forgot she had to be so... I do that all the time. Believe you me. Like, exactly that. My sister goes a lot more places than I am, but always seems to be in the wrong position on the driveway. IBN 5100's a serious business, man. If they have that high of a premium, then people must know their secret. They're all after the data in CERN's mainframe. I don't get it. How come they're so expensive? I mean, I guess they were pretty expensive to begin with, but looks like one cost about 20 grand back in the day. $20,000. That is expensive. Anyway, I can't believe it's so hard to find one. Sure, it was a nice machine for its time, but only for its time. You'd have to be crazy to want one now. Maybe it's one guy buying them all up. The harder something is to attain, the stronger the desire for it becomes. That's how people are. And that's exactly how I feel now. In the depths of CERN, completely isolated from the outside, lies a database encoded in IBN 5100. What secrets are sleeping there? Excuse me. Could it contain the data from CERN's time machine research? Could there be proof of the containment of the Committee of 300 exists? The desire to know grows stronger by the day. It's not just about plunging the world into chaos anymore. We need the power to oppose CERN's evil ambitions. And then there's that threatening email to consider. Daru is confident that CERN won't find us, but I can't afford to take that for granted. After all, we're up against the brightest minds in the world, the scientists who invented the World Wide Web. And they're backed by a secret organization more powerful than any nation. We're way out of our league here. They'd have no trouble at all crushing our puny lab if they desired. That's why we need a trump card to hold against them. But without an IBN 5100, we can't move forward. I'm getting restless. Whoa, what's this? Daru suddenly lurches forward to stare at his monitor. What's wrong? But there's no way that's right. What are you talking about? Explain. Well, I'm pulling data off the server looking for a way to gain root access, and these files are downloading crazy fast. I mean, we're talking light speed here. It's hard to believe that, but for some reason, this area has a direct fiber optic line to CERN. Several lines, even. Direct? What do you mean? I mean, there's literally a fiber optic cable running from underneath this building to CERN's headquarters in France. Is that strange? Yeah. Duh. You fucking idiot. Daru calls up the National Assembly of France's website. He calls them up, or he pulls it up. Then he brings up the command prompt and hammers out some commands. Have a look. This is the route we use to visit the National Assembly of France's site. Sorry, I was actually reading these because I'm actually doing something very fucking similar to this in my classes in college right now. I don't really understand what the fuck this means because obviously I'm 4 days in, 5 days in, I guess. But have a look. This is the route we use to visit the National Assembly of France's site. It starts from our IP address. From there, it passes through various relays in Japan, jumps to France, then bounces around there for a while before finally reaching the National Assembly site. It takes 16 seconds total to get there. The average transfer rate is about 300 milliseconds. That's normal for an overseas connection. In other words, there's a route we have to take to get from France to Japan. Everyone takes the same route. In other countries are the same. Every browsing domestically takes about 10 steps. Now let's try CERN. Daru calls up CERN's homepage on the browser. Then he displays a route like last time. The result. There's only one step. Unlike before, the signal doesn't pass through any intermediate servers. The PC we're using is registered its name as Akihabara PC. It's connected directly to CERN in France. And the transfer rate is hundreds of times better than usual. Crazy fast. Can't even get these numbers domestically, man. Why do we have a direct line? Is this even possible? It was like this when we found it. I didn't do anything. So the building already had a hotline to CERN. This can't be a coincidence. It might just be the choice of Stein. It doesn't make sense. Why would there be an independent line running from here all the way to CERN? Daru's so excited he interrupted me. No Japanese or French telecommunication company would set up something like this. Which means CERN did it themselves. Daru gulps and nods. Cold sweat oozes from his brow. I feel a chill as well. CERN might be able to see everything we're doing. No. Maybe CERN has been expecting us for years. How could that be? The answer is simple. John Teeter claims that CERN completed their time machine in 2034. Just 2 years later, the world is a dystopia under their rule. Maybe the CERN of 2034 considers our opposition in 2010 as a threat. Maybe they use their time machine to travel to 2000 and install a fiber optic cable to track our every move. It's entirely possible. Has the invention of the time machine started an intertemporal war? If so, what can we do? Our enemy might be stronger than even I can imagine. No, I mustn't lose heart. I need to think positive. But thanks to that direct line, we can now control the LHC remotely. You figured out how?
Wow, that's amazing, Daru-kun.
Mayuri pauses her DVD and comes up beside me. The connection this fast. We can control the LHC practically in real time. I haven't actually tried it yet, though. That's right. Even if this is some kind of CERN trap, we might be able to make use of it. They're still vulnerable to our attack.
The LHC is that 20-kilometer-long tunnel thing, right? What does it do again?
It accelerates protons and smashes them together.
Oh, yeah. Mini black holes, right?
The official line is that the mini black holes might manifest as a byproduct of the particle collision, but that's not the truth. According to the top secret documents we found, the LHC was intended to create black holes from the very beginning. We still don't know exactly how they do it. We need to think of a way to...
Okabe.
Kurisu suddenly emerges from the development room. She was cooped up in there all morning. Her expression is unusually grave. What's wrong?
I figured it out.
Figured out what?
I think I know how the phone wave works.
Really? Kurisu nods. She still hasn't smiled.
Keep in mind that this is just a hypothesis based on what we've observed. It's closely related to what you guys were just talking about, the LHC.
I believe it was you, Christina, who mentioned the LHC, the world's largest microwave.
Yes, exactly. My hunch was right. You've created a monster, Okabe.
A monster.
It doesn't belong in some amateur lab. Before you take that as an endorsement of your abilities, I mean it in a bad way.
Kurisu clutches her arms as to keep from trembling. Give me details.
Did you know that the microwave oven was invented as a byproduct of radar research?
Daru and I nod. Mayuri shakes her head. We read up on that all back then. The phone wave, name subject to change, started acting weird.
Microwaves are electromagnetic waves with a frequency of 2.5 gigahertz. 2.45 gigahertz. The phone wave is a commercial grade, so its output is around 1500 to 2000 watts. Here's the important part.
Kurisu goes on to explain that the electromagnetic waves output by the microwave are somehow connected to the electromagnetic waves output by the phone. In fact, you could say they fuse together. According to Daru's blueprints, the microwave and the phone are made to send out shared electromagnetic waves by taking their sleds and hardwiring each of them into the magnetron's cathode and anode. What the fuck is a magnetron? A type of vacuum tube used in microwave ovens and radar. Produces strong microwaves. Makes sense. On one hand, we have the microwave's super strong electromagnetic waves, originally a byproduct of the military's research into radar technology. On the other, we have the cell phone's standardized electromagnetic waves, a frequency how ubiquitous throughout the world. Now ubiquitous, not how. What happens when you fuse those two waves?
Both devices use electromagnetic waves. I'm not a specialist, though, so I can't examine the extent or the magnitude of the influence that fusion has. But hypothetically, if the cell phone wave were to become a stepping stone, scattering the military-grade electromagnetic waves over a vast range of hundreds of kilometers, then not just Akihabara, but all of Tokyo would turn into the inside of a microwave oven. Taking into account slight variance due to body weight, the average time until death for the people inside would be 3 minutes. Huh? Oh, this is Mayor. Huh? Seriously? Then the phone wave's a weapon of mass destruction, isn't it? Is it really that powerful? Let me tell you what happens inside the phone wave. The air inside the oven is full of invisible hydrogen atoms. First, it bombards the atoms with microwaves to increase their energy potential. This is the normal function of a microwave oven. But when you add the electromagnetic waves from the phone, the harmonics trigger a chain reaction. The particles collide repeatedly at near light speed, gaining mass and energy each time. In other words, it becomes sort of a particle accelerator. A particle accelerator? It's literally the same as the LHC. So if the LHC was created to generate mini black holes, then the phone wave, named subject to change, must also produce mini black holes. Kurisu doesn't deny it. It's a miracle that thing has been so stable. But there's still one thing I don't understand. Even if it does produce mini black holes, they should evaporate instantly. But that's not what happens in the phone wave. The jellification phenomenon proves that. Just like in the LHC, our mini black holes are turning into Kerr black holes. According to Teeter, you have to inject electrons to produce the Kerr black hole effect. Where do the injected electrons come from? That's what I don't understand. The LHC uses something called a lifter to inject electrons into the black hole and control the gravitational field. Something is filling that hole inside the phone wave. Something? Like I said, I don't know what. Damn it! Part-time warrior, what do you want? It's easy to pretend to be someone you're not. Ultimately, however, there's no escaping the contradictions between your false self and the real you. It's a paradox, and paradoxes can't hold. I tried to tell myself that I didn't need anyone, that forming bonds would only hurt. But somehow I ended up joining your circle of friends. I still don't know if it was for the best. No, I'm sure it was. Without you, I would have given up on ever finding my dad. I don't know why I wrote all this. I guess that's what I'm trying to say is thanks. Are we sharing confessions now? Be careful to whom you expose your innermost feelings. They may use them against you. I guess that's what it comes down to. All Kurisu's explanation does is confirm our hypothesis that the phone wave name subject to change functions the same as the LHC. Looks like we need to review what the LHC is. It's time for our LHC Moe guy to shine. The LHC stands for Large Hadron... Oh, this is Daria reading it. LHC stands for Large Hadron Collider. Hadron? It's the name of an elementary particle. The LHC is basically a huge circular tunnel underneath Switzerland and France. It sits about 200 meters below ground and has a total of length of 27 kilometers. There are two rings that run through the tunnel. Inside the rings is a super low temperature vacuum. An environment like outer space, basically. Seriously, Moe. In an adjacent factory, protons are gradually accelerated by the linear accelerator, the proton synchrotron booster, and the super proton synchrotron. Finally, they're injected into the LHC, where they undergo the final acceleration via a series of superconducting magnets installed in the tunnel. By now, they're traveling up to 99.9999991% the speed of light. That's enough to melt your brain. Not as dangerous as the phone wave, though. Didn't some dude stick his fucking head in the LHC in real life? Hold on. I know it didn't kill him, but it put a fucking hole in his head, I think. LHC hole in head. On September 13th, 1848. This doesn't seem right. An iron rod pierced through the head of a U.S. railway worker, Phineas Gage, and profoundly changed his personality, offering no. Okay. Oh, and on July 13th, 1978, a Soviet scientist named Anatoly Burgoski stuck his head in a particle accelerator. Okay, here we go. Anatoly Burgoski. Yeah. He is known for surviving an accident in 1978 when a high-energy proton beam from a particle accelerator passed through his brain. Wow. That's crazy. You think I heard about that too? Yeah. Although I guess it wasn't the one at CERN. I guess it was like a Russian one, or I guess do they have Russians at CERN? Are there any other I assume there's other particle accelerators in the world. Finally, the accelerated protons collide approximately 1 to 10 billion times per second. The purpose of the project is to study the high energy reactions that result. Or so they say. We know they're a bunch of stinking liars. I guess that about covers it. And that, my fellow lab members, brings us to the question. Can the phone wave, name subject to change, beat CERN to true physical time travel? I don't know, maybe everyone just takes turns with the with the LHC. Fuck, it's soft. No, please stop. Not poet twist. Not the poet twist. Poet twist. Fuck's sake. Oh, that was so fucking dumb last night. Fucking everyone in the server was making fun of me. Fuck off. Everyone made fun of me. I didn't do anything. What did I do to deserve this? Love Chew. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I do appreciate you, Soft. You actually changed it back. Like within the hour. Some people still had that shit this morning. Two problems. One, setting the destination. Two, the lifter. We've already established that the D-mail arrives precisely when and where it's supposed to. Is it because of the Poet Twist clip I made? I don't know. Did I ever show that to Tart? I probably showed it to Tart. I think I sent it in the meme channel. Probably because of that. I mean, unless I don't know. Actually, she just does a lot of uwu voices. Speaking of which, I'm gonna call her out. The very first message I got back on my very first DM to Tuda for the first meme I bought, which is my profile picture on Twitch. Go check out Tuda, by the way. My first response, she said back to me, "Uwuwu, like to kumuhus me?" Question mark. She uwu'd, "You would like to commission me." I can't fucking speak uwu. But that is the first message I received from Tuda, and I believe that has really set up our friendship, I guess. Because my God, every day it gets lower. Every day. There is a new low. They call Death Note old. They don't want to watch Ava. Fucking, they don't know Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They call me old. I thought I escaped the simp title by being a grandfather, and I was like, well, I don't like being called old, but it's better than simp. And then fucking nope, I'm still a simp. Death Note old, yeah. Soft also calls it old. They're like, oh, it looks old. It looks old. Grandpa said, no, that's weird. It's old. It's not old. It was 2007. Soft. That's not old. It's 14 years ago. All right, maybe it's a little old. Maybe it's a little old, but it's not like too old to watch. Death Note's really fucking good. Sailor Moon looks old. Sailor Moon does look old. Oh god, it's 14 years ago? Yeah, I was happy. Yeah, it was. 14 years as a teenager.
Sailor Moon looks old. Death Note, yeah, Death Note looks fine. Death Note looks fine. But they're just like, oh, it looks old. It looks old. It's like, yeah, fucking. They used different animation things back then. How are you gonna sit and deny the I take a potato chip and eat it? How are you gonna miss out on that moment in your life? I remember watching that. All right, it's a very serious moment, and the dub took that and they fucking ruined it, and it was so fucking funny. Same thing with yeah, late 2000 style. I loved. Yeah, I liked that late 2000 style with what is it? Death Note. Uh, Trying to think of the other ones. Late 2000 style. Oh no, Soft, you're older than me. What the fuck do you mean? Shush. All right. Uh huh. Uh huh. Just sounds like someone's picky. Hmm. Late 2000s is old. The late 2000s was at most 11 years ago. By the way, this game looks like Danganronpa. That's another game I want to play. I'm probably going to wait till the one comes on the Switch, though, because I don't want to buy 3 games. Or it gives me that vibe. Well, I mean, it's a visual novel. I think Danganronpa's a visual novel. Uh, no, this game's like Danganronpa, because my friend gave me a brief description of what Danganronpa is. It's like a murder trial thing. Gotta try out the dang it grandpa. The Dongo Bongo? It's a dating visual novel? No. We couldn't be farther from a dating visual novel. We are a science. This is a science visual novel. We are microwaving text messages, and they're going back in time, basically, to give the worst description of this game. I mean, I was like 6 or 7 when the first episode of Death Note came out. That doesn't mean it's that old. Yeah, I was like, it came out 2007, so I was either 7 or 8. But they talk about titties so much, though. Yes, yes, they do. There is an absurd amount of titty talk, a ridiculous amount of titty talk in this game, and it's mainly due to this fucking unit of a man, Daru, fucking absolute fucking pervert. We've already established that the D-mail arrives precisely when and where it's supposed to. It's dangerous to suspect that without verification. I call for backup. Who did you call? Who did you call for backup? I'm checking to see if Tuda's streaming. Is Tuda still streaming? Please don't let Tuda in my chat. Tuda's not streaming anymore. Oh no. Don't call Tuda in here. I don't want to be rude. He's a very wide man. Yeah. Something better, ooh woo? Oh no. Oh no. It's dangerous to accept that without verification. Agreed. Ghostbusters. Oh my god. As for the lifter, we already know it exists. We just need to figure out what it is. I don't think we're gonna find it. The phone wave's not exactly big, and we've been poking at it for days without turning up a clue. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, it's Tuda. Welcome, Tuda. Fifth twist. Hi, Tuda. Hi, welcome. Welcome to Steins Gate. The best anime ever. IMO. It's my favorite one. Fucking yandere. I don't think we're gonna find. Yeah, I already read that. Fuck me. I can't read uwu. Stu I y uwu gwe way a way. Freshly said first message in uwu. Oh yeah, yeah. We were talking to how the first message you ever sent back to me on our first conversation on Twitter for the people die when they're killed meme. The very first message she sent back to me was Uwu. You would like to? Wow, you talking shit about me? We. You don't. You added one, two, three, four, five fucking letters to a two-letter word. What the fuck is that? If we do find it, it'll take forever to learn how to tune the electron feed properly. How long is forever? Lewison, here, here. Lewison, here. You, little shwit. Talk shit, get hit. Bro, it's not even my stream. Why am I being bullied? I thought you were gonna like stream for like 6 fucking hours, Tuda. I thought you were gonna like you were drawing all day and then you like we're gonna do like that fucking like Ghostbuster game. I was planning to, but the internet died. Oh shit. Like is it dead or like is it doing Phasmo later? Ah. You just chilling here for a little break? Stern's been working on it for 9 years and they still haven't solved it. Yee. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess if you have wait BRB. Okay. Sure. We're just amateurs. So it's bound to take even longer. Wait. I have an idea. Oh, thank you. Hydrate. I actually need a drink. I actually keep forgetting I have a fucking drink. So thank you for that. Happy. Wait. I have an idea. Let's look at it from a different angle. You need a drink? I'm sitting and talking. That's the only thing I'm doing. What do you mean I need a drink? What about a nice cold glass of milk? No, milk does not help your throat. I love milk, all right? The one downside to milk, I will say, is it clogs you up. It does clog you up. Like sinuses and throat-wise. It's not good for sitting and speaking. CERN tried to send people back in time, but they couldn't get the electron feed right. All that milk fats, yeah. The singularities were not naked. Posture check. All right, fucking. Actually, I need a new fucking chair. I swear to God, this chair, it's like the bottom of it is breaking like forward. It's the same fucking chair I stole from the high school. And like the upholstery is tearing where my legs are, and it's like stabbing my fucking legs. So it's real uncomfortable to sit on. But I don't have any other options. The same chair you, huh? When you did steal it. Okay, do I need to retell the fucking stealing the chair from the high school story? Long story short, my theater teacher was giving me a lot of shit. I say a lot of shit. I was asked to do things because I had a car at the time, and we basically I was moving things from the theater room to the auditorium, and we needed a car for it. So they left me to do it alone, and the chair was in the back of my car still. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just leave campus, and I took the chair. And the rest is history. The teacher didn't know where it went, and I was like, I don't know. I put it in the classroom. Never suspected me, never got me in trouble, none of that. And I still own it. And it's been, let's see, that was junior year, senior year, freshman, sophomore, junior, and now senior. So yeah, basically going on my 5th year now with this fucking chair. And I mean, it was already like 10 years old there. It's the same with the phone wave, name subject to change. You can only send 36 bytes of data safely. Otherwise, you get a jelly man. Seems pretty based to me. Yeah. Fucking dickheads. They made me spend my gas money. I say gas money. It was like a fucking it was like a not even a minute drive. It's just that it was hot outside, so we didn't want to carry the stuff. So I don't know. It was more the fact that the teacher herself didn't help me. If the teacher herself was there to help me, I wouldn't have a chance to steal it. But she wasn't there. She left me to do it all by myself. So I was like, I'm taking the chair. Yeah, free chair. Exactly. Let's consider the problem in reverse. I would love it if this game just played some fucking music right now. The stream feels so fucking empty. What if we can convert a human to data, then compress that data down into just 36 bytes? We could send that person through the ring singularity just like a D-mail, couldn't we? Convert a human to data? That's not even possible, man. And even if it were, it'd be like exabytes of data or something. You want to compress that into 36 bytes? Are you high? I thought it was a good idea. I guess it's not that easy. The barriers to time travel are just too high. I turned to Kurisu, meaning to ask her opinion, and then I realized that her expression has changed dramatically. Her eyes are as wide as saucers, and her mouth is hanging open. Of course. If it works, then maybe... She pauses for a second, and then... Maybe we can do it! Thank God, music. Do what? Time travel? It's hard to believe what Kurisu was saying, even though it was my idea from the first place. Are you serious? Kurisu grins triumphantly at my response. The data compression part, at least, is easy. We can just use the black holes created by the LHC, since black holes compress everything they swallow. Compression wouldn't harm data like it would harm a human. As long as we're just sending data, there's nothing to worry about. I get it. But wait, can we really pull off such a stunt? And besides, how do you plan to convert humans into data? You know that my thesis got published, right? This is no time to flaunt your accomplishments. Have you read it? I haven't. I've got this is Daru. I've got scans if you want to read it. Daru opens up his image folder and scrolls past tons of 2D porn and opens up the scanned image. Sure enough, there's Kurisu's name in big English letters. The title of my thesis is Analysis of Memory-Related Nerve Impulses in the Temporal Lobe. Temporal lobe. Nerve impulses. This dude is such a degen. Yeah. Yeah. He's the degenerate character. What? You didn't know? No. Wait. This can't be right. The title sounds like, neuroscience, not physics. I'm a neuroscientist. Got a problem? What? I can't believe it. From the way she talks about particle accelerators and time travel theory, I was sure she had to be a physicist. No, forget about that. How is this related to time travel? Converting an entire human to data is impossible. But converting a human's memories may be possible. Converting memories to data. Kurisu proceeds to explain her thesis. Memories accumulate in something what is called the parahippocampal gyrus, or the hippocampus, which is located in the temporal lobe of the brain. But what exactly are memories? Kurisu's thesis analyzes the question from a neuroscientific perspective. All of the brain's functions manifest as electrical signals running through its neurons. Even memories are written to the hippocampus by electrical signals. Kurisu analyzed how specific electrical signals correspond to specific memories. The mechanism by which humans recall memories can be likened to a word association game. You begin with a vague, abstract image, which calls successive images of increasing clarity. Imagine a chest of drawers. Each drawer is filled with tiny boxes, and inside each box is another bunch of tiny boxes. You keep opening boxes until you find the memory you're looking for. Kurisu discovered that the number of retrieval commands, nerve impulses used to search up the memories, is surprisingly low. Out of hundreds of millions of nerve impulses patterns in the brain, only a few thousand are related to memory. It was the successful analysis of these patterns that earned Kurisu and her research team critical acclaim in the scientific community. Now, before you ask how this relates to time travel, there's one thing I need to explain. Several years ago, my lab, the neurophysiology lab at Victor Condoria University, developed a technology called visual rebuilding, or VR for short. Put simply, it enables conversion of video data into nerve impulse signals. When used in reverse, it can also connect nerve impulses to video data, or any other kind of electronic data. So if we combine VR technology with my research, do you see where I'm going? No way! We can convert memories into data? Not just that. Memory transplantation, backups, external storage, all of those things become possible. It's like science fiction. In a sense, this technology could be used to copy a person's soul. According to Kurisu, some religious groups strongly opposed this research, as you might expect. On the other hand, the medical community is ecstatic about their possibilities. In any case, it's amazing that my assistant here was able to make such an incredible discovery. Of course, she did have a university supporting her, but still. So basically, what you're saying is that if we convert the subject's memories into video data, use the LHC's black hole to compress that data into 36 bytes, send that data through the Kerr black hole inside the phone wave named subject to change, and finally imprint those memories on the subject's brain in the past. What does that mean? We can send our memories back in time. This kind of reminds me of that Soma game. I've never played the Soma game. Just with time travel. Huh. Cool. In order for a differentiate it from a physical time travel, let's call it the time leap for now. Oh, this is Kurisu talking shit. You don't go back, just your memories. It's so crazy that nobody thought of it before. She's right, the idea is ridiculous, which is exactly why none of the geniuses at CERN could come up with it. But this union of physics, neuroscience, and neuropsychology will make the impossible possible. To transfer memories to the past via cell phone, to time leap. The important thing to remember is not only memories are being transferred, personality and consciousnesses aren't included. What does that mean? How is it different from what you see in sci-fi movies? Time leaping in a sci-fi usually sends everything: consciousness, personality, and memory. But in real life, there's probably too much data. Besides, we only analyzed memories. Think of consciousness, personality, and memory as separate things. Memories are like the video data stored on your computer. And consciousness and personality are like the OS. But videos can take up way more space than the OS. It's just an example. For starters, it's still not clear where the personality and consciousness are located, or how they're constructed. So we can't convert them into data, or at least I can't. So we can only send memories. Where does that leave us? Your memories aren't the only thing that define you. Even if you send your memories to the past, it will be the receiving you's consciousness and personality that processes them. So in Mindor's terms, it's like copying data from a Vista computer to a Min 95 computer. Data created with the latest OS might not work on an older OS. It might cause errors. For example, if you sent your current memories to yourself in elementary school, the gap between your memories and your body could have serious consequences. Anyway, is it correct to assume that we'll be targeting ourselves in the past? Kurisu nods at my question. Just like with the D-mail, we're using cell phones as the transfer medium. To be precise, you can only leap into your own body, and only if you had a cell phone at the time of reception. There was an exception in Lukako's case where we sent D-mail to a pager, but that doesn't apply for time leaping. If you try sending memories to someone else, how do I put this? There's a danger that the electrical signals might be rejected. Wouldn't want to jump into someone else's body. I mean, unless it's the body of a cute girl. Is this guy capable of non-perverted thought? Don't hey, me, you idiot. If it just bounces off, that's fine, but I'm worried incompatible memory data might do serious damage to the recipient's psyche. I don't know what might happen. No one's done it before, after all. That makes us pioneers. I like it. There are two things I do know. One, you definitely cannot go back before you were born. Two, you won't exist in two places at once. That means you don't have to worry about causing a paradox. You can't kill your parents before you were born. So the phones act like black and white holes. It seems like a strange coincidence that cell phones would be the medium of time travel. But really, could it have been anything else? These days, people wear their phones like a second skin. No other medium could reliably deliver the memories to the intended target. The more I think about it, the more I realize that this was meant to be. I whip out my phone and place it to my ear. It's me. Everything is falling into place. The plan can now proceed to the final stage. I'm talking about Operation Verthandi, obviously. Christina had me fooled. I never knew she was capable of this. It must have been the choice of Steins Gate that sent her here. Don't worry. I have everything under control. Nothing can stop us now. El Psi Kangaroo. I put away my phone and turned to Kurisu. Were you listening? Good. Commence preparations for Operation Verthandi. First, explain what that is. We're going to build your time leap machine, Christina, and you better not say it can't be done. Not after showing me the way. Well, this is Akihabara. You should be able to find the parts I need. Then it's decided. I'm placing you in charge of this operation. Whatever you need, ask, and it shall be yours. Together we shall complete the first time leap machine in human history. Kurisu nods. Her eyes are shining with a fierce, hungry light. As I thought, she's a scientist to the core. Kurisu and Daru go home, leaving me with Mayuri. I thought she was hard at work in her costume, but when I look, I find her staring at the wall. Her hands have stopped moving. Mayuri, you're not going home. She usually doesn't stay here this late. Her parents might be worried.
I was thinking about what Okurin and Chris-chan were talking about earlier. I was trying to figure out what the things you said meant. But it was all so complicated, I didn't get any of it.
Fuck me. Just slammed my fucking knuckle into the damn desk. Ow! Fuck, that hurt. Oh, shit.
I was going up to get a drink. Oof, yeah, big oof. I can't do women's voices with a dry throat.
The only thing I need is something amazing's gonna happen.
I didn't think I read that right at all. Indeed. The world is about to change, and we shall be the ones to lead humanity into the future.
You're shining, Ocarin.
Shining? What does that mean?
You're shining. Chris-chan too. Like two bright stars in the sky.
That must be my aura of madness you're sensing.
You know, it's been 10 days since Chris-chan joined us. Can I tell you how I've been feeling? Since Chris-chan became a lab mem, it feels like things have really started to happen. Feels like things have really started to happen. Things happen. We're a real lab now, you know?
I must admit, your knowledge has been a great asset. Of course, the genius girl would never have joined us if not for the cunning of Hohoin Kiyoma.
That's why you're shining so bright now, Ocarin. Chris-chan is really big help to you, I know. But I can't do anything to help.
Mayuri looks depressed.
I wish I were smart too, and maybe I could help.
Mayuri. She's never expressed such sentiments before. Rip in peace, yeah. Is she jealous of Kurisu's talents? Is there competition brewing in the lab? I sigh and walk to the window. I can't see many stars in the sky. Mayuri, aren't you going to look at the stars? Mayuri comes up beside me. We lean out of the window together. It's only 9 p.m., but Akiba is already still and silent, save for the occasional car trundling by. Back when the lab just started, before Daru-kun joined... Oh, fuck. I was like, who the fuck? What?
Back when the lab just started, before Daru-kun joined. It was just like this a lot, wasn't it? All quiet, just the two of us?
Yeah, it was. Daru joined the lab in early May. Before that, he was unwilling to join no matter how much I tried to convince him. Then he learned the lab was 3 minutes away from May Queen plus Nian squared. And suddenly he was all, Future Gadget Lab, hell yeah. But for about a month and a half after the lab's founding, it was just me and Mayuri all alone.
Can Mayushi stay here? Is it really okay?
Mayuri looks at me with uncertainty in her eyes. I meet her gaze firmly, then bop her slightly on the head. Don't be ridiculous. All you need to do is stay.
Just stay?
Without you, the lab would be a much less friendly place. You see how Kurisu and I argue. We can be pretty stubborn. Sometimes we don't know when to stop. But when it starts to get out of hand, Mayuri, you're always there with some ditzy, irrelevant comment to break the tension.
Are you praising me?
Of course I am. Don't worry about a thing. Just know that you, too, are part of my plan.
Okay, thanks, Ocarin.
Mayuri smiles in relief. And then her stomach rumbles.
I'm starving. I'll warm up some canned Odin. You want some too?
Yeah, heat it up.
Coming right up.
Soon, we are chowing down on piping hot Odin. The next day, Mayuri and I go shopping at Raid Icon. We have a list written by Kurisu for parts for the Time Leap machine. Naturally, I'm paying for everything out of my own pocket. Kurisu and Daru have already started to work on the upgrade. Apparently, the conversion of memories into digital data requires software developed at Kurisu's lab in America. She can download that software from their dedicated server, but that's not the only thing we need. There's also some kind of brain scanning headgear that we're going to have to make ourselves. Incidentally, I have to pay extra close attention to make sure Mayuri doesn't wander off while we're shopping. If she sees some random store that interests her, she'll literally stop and stare at it for hours. I keep walking, of course, to only later realize that she's not behind me. Then I have to run from store to store looking for her. This must be how parents of small children feel. Anyway, this is nothing new. Mayuri has always been like this. I'm begging you, stick with me. If you get lost in this labyrinth of technology, you'll never escape. Not with your sense of direction. Okie dokie. I'll be careful. By the way, how is time leaping different from time travel? Did she really hear what I said about not wandering off? Besides, Kursu already explained the difference yesterday. Time travel means your whole body travels through time. The time leap is when you only send your memories to the past. It's simple. Just memories, no personality or consciousness included. Why so many why so many girls in this game gotta do the :3 face? Oh yeah, they do. They do the fucking, like, the :3. Huh. They go :3, yeah. Huh. I guess that's just how the artist draws mouths of girls, I guess. I don't think Kurisu does it. Or Mocha. Or, you know what? It's probably just the two girls. Yeah, the part-time warrior. Oh, okay. So I guess it's just Suzuha and then the two cat girls. No personality or consciousness included. Although Kurisu did mention that there's no way to be sure what might happen to your consciousness. Oh. Does that mean you can do things with time leaps that you can't do with D-mails? D-mails can only send instructions to the past. The past may change or it may not. The results are unpredictable and depend on the recipient. The person who receives it. And when I fucking hate this ambient noise. I hate it. Stop talking. And when the past does change, the world line is reconfigured. Everyone loses their old memories. I am the exception thanks to reading Steiner. With a time leap, on the other hand, you can give your past self not just the instructions, but all of the memories you have right now. Or at least, that's the idea. We won't know for sure if it works until the machine is built. So I could send the costume I'm making back to last week? I would love to have another chance to prepare for Kanmima. That might be possible with time travel, but not with time leaping. Say you had a test last week. Now that you know the answers, you could send that knowledge to yourself and ace the test. But you couldn't go back and hand yourself a cheat sheet. How's the game? It's good. Although I think I might be biased. Because it's my all-time favorite anime. Also, how you doing, Halber? So Mayushi's mind goes into Mayushi's 1 week ago. Still a game I play, so I gotta jump a lot. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. Exactly. While this conversation has been going on, I've been steadily purchasing items from Kursu's shopping list. You can't bring stuff, but you can bring your memories. I get it. But then, what about Mayushi 1 week ago? Where do her memories go? I assume they get overridden. We haven't tested it, though, so there's no way to be sure. She disappears? Your memories right now include your memories from back then. So even if she does disappear, you don't really lose anything. I guess you could say you're just adding to your memories from 1 week in the future. Then, if Mayushi's memory leap into the Mayushi 1 week ago, what happens to the Mayushi now? Mayushi's asking some pretty philosophical questions today. But I guess anyone would ask the same.
Mayushi's memories jump to the past, but my body's still here, right? What happens to me when my memories go, fuck. What happens to me when my memories go bye-bye?
You become an empty shell. No. That can't be right, that wouldn't make sense. My assistance device merely records your memory data. In other words, it's just a backup. Your original memories are still inside you. Nothing inside the brain is lost. You don't become an empty shell. Besides, neither personality nor consciousness is transferred to begin with. Your body shouldn't become an empty shell, and your consciousness shouldn't leap either. No, wait. There's another issue here. Actually, won't you become a new Mayuri? One who received memories from the future one a week ago? Not that anybody, including me, would be able to tell the difference.
Then, does the Mayushi who had the normal memories before the time leap get erased by the Mayushi who repeated the week with the extra memories?
This is getting complicated. That's right,